Hey y'all, today we're going to review all 4 operations when working with numbers that are in scientific notation. But before we start, I have a huge shout out to my Youth Run NOLA team. Every single person in Youth Run NOLA finished their 2 laps yesterday in under 15 minutes. That was the goal. Y'all finished in 13 minutes and 5 seconds, which means you were 2 minutes under time. So y'all did awesome. All right, let's get started. First thing I always want to look for is what operation are we doing. So this one, I am multiplying. I have 5 times 10 to the third times 6 times 10 to the fifth. I am multiplying, so I have to think, what do I do when I multiply? Well, I know tricks for this. I know I can take my 5 and my 6 and do 5 times 6, which is 30. And then I know when I'm multiplying exponents that I can add my exponent. So this is times 10 to the 3 plus 5, which is 8. Now, always before we say, yep, that's my final answer, we should check, is this in scientific notation? No, it is not, because 30 does not fall between 1 and 9. So I need to put a decimal point. I'm going to put my decimal point between my 3 and my 0. So I move this one place value down. If I move this one place value down to 3.0, I need to move this one place value up. And so this will be 10 to the 9th power. Awesome. Next problem. Next one we are going to do is division. I have 9 times 10 to the negative third divided by 3 times 10 to the negative fourth. Again, the first thing I want to identify, what operation am I doing? Well, I just gave that away. We are doing division. So we know tricks and shortcuts for division. Let's start with our whole numbers. 9 divided by 3, and I can check to make sure that I do it the right way by doing top in, bottom out. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And now I'm dividing my exponents, and when I divide my exponents, I know that I can subtract. So I'm going to write this one out. I have negative 3 minus, and this is the tricky part, it's negative 3 minus negative 4. So I have 2 negatives in a row right here. Those 2 negatives in a row become a positive. This becomes negative 3 plus 4. And now I can add, are there more good guys or bad guys? There's more good guys. How many more? Well, 4 is 1 more than 3. So this is going to be times 10 to the first power, or just 10. Our next problem is going to be addition. I have 3 and 2/10 times 10 to the 5th plus 4 and 5/10 times 10 to the 6th. Again, first thing I want to do is identify what am I doing. I'm doing addition. And so I know there aren't those quick shortcuts with addition. With addition, we have to make sure that the base and the exponent are the same. This one is a 5 and this one is a 6. I always want to take my smaller number and make it bigger. So I'm going to take my exponent of 5 and I want to make it into a 6. If I take a 5 and move it to a 6, I am moving up 1 place value. And if I moved up 1 place value, then on this number I need to move down 1 place value, or 1 spot to the left. So now this is 32 hundredths times 10 to the 6th. And I'm going to add that to 4 and 5/10 times 10 to the 6th. I can now add my numbers together because my exponents are the same. I need to make sure I line up my decimal points. And let's go ahead and add. This is 2, 8, and 4. And this is going to be times 10 to the 6th power. This is in scientific notation because this falls between 1 and 9. We'll do one last problem. Two and 7/10 times 10 to the 4th power minus 1 and, 8 and 1/10 times 10 to the 2nd power. I am subtracting, so I know that my exponents have to be the same. They're not the same, so I want to take the smaller exponent and make it larger. I want to make 10 to the second into 10 to the fourth, and I do that by going up 2 place values. If I went up 2 place values, this decimal needs to go back 2 place values. 1, 2. This becomes 0.08 or 8 hundredths times 10 to the fourth, and it's 2 and 7 tenths times 10 to the fourth minus 8 hundredths times 10 to the fourth. I can now line up my decimals because my exponents are the same. 2 and 7 tenths. Line up my decimal points. I can't do 0 minus 8, so I have to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. 6 minus 0 is 6. 2 minus nothing is 2. And when this is times 10 to the fourth. This is in scientific notation because it falls between 1 and 9. You have the rest of your worksheet to complete. Good luck. There's 2 sides to it also. Make sure you do both sides.